Hello, hi friends, welcome all of you in today's third module of the topic thermodynamics. So, in the last module, we have seen the properties of a system in details. That is extensive property and the intensive property with some examples. So, next to that, we have seen the thermodynamic equilibrium. A system is said to be in a thermodynamic equilibrium if the properties of the system like pressure, temperature, volume and the number of moles, it remains constant throughout the system. And next, in the today's lecture, we are discussing the two subtopic of the topic thermodynamics. So, firstly, we have started with the types of processes. So, there are 5 types of processes. In that, the first one is isothermal process. The first one is isothermal process. The second one is isobaric process. The second one is isobaric process. The third one is isophoric process. The third one is isophoric process. The fourth one is a diabatic process. And the fifth one is a reversible. The fifth one is a reversible process. Therefore, there are 5 types of processes which are carried out in the thermodynamics. The first one is isothermal process. The second one is isobaric process. The third one is isophoric process. The fourth one is a diabatic process. And the fifth one is a reversible process. So, we will see one by one. So, start with the first process, that is the isothermal process. A process, the word isothermal, iso means same, thermal means temperature, and therefore the isothermal process is a process in which the temperature of the system remains constant throughout. A process in which the temperature of the system remains constant throughout is called as a isothermal process. Isothermal process म्हणजे कुठली process? A process, iso means same, thermal means temperature, and therefore the isothermal process is defined as a process in which the temperature of the system remains constant throughout is called as a isothermal process. That means the temperature before and after the reaction, it remains same or it remains constant. म्हणजेच काय, the temperature of the system before starting the reaction and after completing the reaction, it remains constant, and therefore the difference between the temperature means the delta T is equal to 0 for the isothermal process. That means the change in temperature, because before the reaction and after the reaction, the temperature remains same, and the difference between final minus initial temperature is equal to 0. That means the change in temperature is equal to 0. If the temperature does not change, then it depends on the internal energy, and therefore the internal energy also does not change, and therefore the energy or the internal energy, which is denoted by a letter U. Therefore the change in internal energy also equal to 0. The change in internal energy also equal to 0, and therefore in an isothermal process the delta T equal to 0, because there is no change in the temperature after and before the reaction, it remains constant, and if the temperature remains constant, then at that time there is a no change in the internal energy, and therefore the delta U which is equal to 0. That means there is a no change in the internal energy of the system. And the example of this process means the reactions which are carried out in a thermostat. The reactions which are carried out in a thermos plus or in a thermostat. And if we plot a graph of pressure versus temperature for this isothermal process, if we plot a graph of pressure versus volume in the isothermal process, then it is having exponential decreases. Then it decreases exponentially, and therefore the isothermal process is a process in which the temperature of the system remains constant, and if the temperature remains constant, then at that time the internal energy also remains constant. What is my mean by internal energy? Internal energy means the every system is associated with the सम अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी. म्हणजे प्रत्येक कुठलीही सिस्टीम आपण बघितली तर त्या सिस्टीमला त्याची स्वतःची काहीतरी एनर्जी असते. त्या एनर्जीला आपण म्हणणार आहे इंटरनल एनर्जी. द इंटरनल एनर्जी इज डिनोटेड बाय अ लेटर यू. द इंटरनल एनर्जी इज डिनोटेड बाय अ लेटर यू. And there are two types of internal energy. As we know, there are two types of internal energies, the potential energy and a kinetic energy. Potential energy and a kinetic energy. And therefore means the every system which is associated with the some form of energy, either in the form of a potential energy or in the form of a kinetic energy, and it depends on the temperature. As the temperature remains constant, the internal energy also remains constant. Therefore for isothermal process, here we have to say that the delta U is equal to 0 and delta T which is equal to 0 for the isothermal process. And this is the graph of pressure versus temperature for the isothermal process, which is exponentially decreases. So the second type of a process is a isobaric process. The second type of process is a isobaric process. Iso means same, baric, bar is a unit of a pressure, means in the isobaric process is a process in which the pressure of the system. Isothermal मध्ये आपण काय सांगितलं होतं? The temperature of the system remains constant throughout the system. But in isobaric, iso means same, baric means pressure, and therefore in isobaric process is a process in which the pressure of the system remains constant throughout. It's called as a isobaric process. Means there is a no change in pressure before and after the reaction. There is a no change in pressure before and after the reaction, and therefore the change in pressure is equal to 0 for the isobaric process. Here what we have to say, the change in pressure is equal to 0 in the isobaric process. Iso means same, baric means pressure, means a process in which the pressure of the system remains constant throughout. It's called as isobaric process. Means, or that means the pressure of the system after and before the reactions remains constant, and therefore the delta T equal to 0 for the isobaric process. So next, the third type of a process is isochoric process. The third type of a process is isochoric process. Iso means same, choric means what? Means a process in which the volume of the system. आता काय म्हणतो इथं आपण? The process in which the volume of the system remains constant throughout is called as isochoric process. Means there is a no change in the volume after and before the reaction, and therefore the change in volume remains constant in isochoric process. In isochoric process, there is a no change in the volume, and therefore if we plot a graph of pressure versus volume for the isobaric process also and for the isochoric process, then in isobaric pressure, the pressure remains constant, and in isochoric process, the volume remains constant. The example of the isobaric process means all the chemical reactions which are carried out in the laboratories. म्हणजे आपण लॅबोरेटरी मध्ये ज्या काही रिएक्शन्स कॅरी आउट करतो त्या ते सगळे कशाचे एक्झाम्पल आहे आयसोबारिक प्रोसेस. In isochoric process, the volume remains constant, and therefore delta V which is equal to 0 for the isochoric process. म्हणजे isochoric process साठी आपण काय म्हणणार इथं काय कॉन्स्टंट राहते व्हॉल्यूम कॉन्स्टंट राहते. मी ग्राफ इथं परत एकदा काढते. काय सांगितले आपण ग्राफ मध्ये इफ वी कंपेअर द ग्राफ ऑफ आयसोबारिक अँड द आयसोचोरिक प्रोसेस pressure versus volume for both processes, isobaric process and isochoric process. In isobaric process the pressure remains constant, and in isochoric process the volume remains constant, and therefore this is the third process called as the isochoric process, in which the volume of the system remains constant throughout. Then the next, the fourth type of process is adiabatic. कुठले टाइप काय नाव आहे प्रोसेसचं adiabatic process. आता what is adiabatic process? A process in which there is a no exchange of heat between system and surrounding. In the basic term we have to study what is mean by system, what is mean by surrounding, unions and the boundaries, and therefore the adiabatic process is a process in which there is a no exchange of heat between system and surrounding, and therefore the heat is denoted by a letter Q, and therefore for the adiabatic process the Q means the heat of the system, it remains constant. If heat remains constant but there is a temperature of the system, it also increases or decreases, and therefore for adiabatic process the temperature or the change in temperature is not equal to 0, and if delta T is not equal to 0 then also delta U is not equal to 0. इथे आपण काय म्हणतोय फॉर adiabatic प्रोसेस त्याच्यासाठी आपण काय म्हणतोय डेल्टा टी इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0 and therefore delta U is not equal to 0, but the Q means the exchange of heat between system and surrounding is remains constant, means the value of Q is equal to 0. Therefore these are the four types of process, in which the first one is the isothermal process. The isothermal process is a process in which there is a no exchange of temperature, or the temperature of the system remains constant, and therefore delta T is equal to 0, and if delta T is equal to 0 then delta U also equal to 0. For isobaric process means a process in which there is a no change of a pressure of the system throughout, or it remains the constant, and therefore the value of delta P is equal to 0 in isochoric process, a process in which the volume of the system remains constant throughout, that means delta V equal to 0. Then in a diabatic process, there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding, but the temperature does not remain constant, either is increases or decreases, and therefore Q is equal to 0 for a diabatic process, but delta T is not equal to 0 or delta U is not equal to 0. These are the 4 types of processes. So the last one is a reversible process. आता शेवटची प्रोसेस आपण कुठली बघितली होती? रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस. For the reversible process, if we consider a container, here we have to consider a container and which is fitted with a weightless and a frictionless piston, which is fitted with a weightless and a frictionless piston. Suppose if we apply some pressure on that piston, we apply some pressure on that piston, then what happens? The piston moves down. The piston moves down. Again, if we remove the pressure, on that piston, then the piston moves up. Then what happens? The piston moves up. Still, if we apply some pressure on that piston, then the piston moves downward. If we remove the pressure on that piston, then the piston moves upward. Then what is mean by a reversible process? A reversible process is a process in which there is a difference between driving force and opposing force. So you have to understand the 2 types of forces. The driving force and opposing force is very small. A process in which the difference between driving force and opposing force is very small, and by applying or by increasing some opposing force, आणि मग जर opposing force थोडासा आपण वाढवला, then what happen? The system, it can be reversed. What is mean by reversible process? A process in which the difference between driving force and opposing force is very small, and by increasing some opposing force, the system, it can be reversed, is called as a reversible process. Is called as a reversible process. Reversible process म्हणजेच काय? जो काही ड्रायव्हिंग फोर्स आहे, म्हणजे अप्लाय केलेलं प्रेशर आहे, आणि खालून जे काही अप्लाय केलेलं प्रेशर आहे, ते त्यातला जो काही फरक आहे तो खूप लहान आहे. And by applying some pressure or by applying some force from the downward direction, then the system, it moves upward. That means it can be reversed. म्हणजेच काय होते? ती रिव्हर्स होते. म्हणजेच त्या टाइपच्या प्रोसेसला आपण काय म्हणणार आहे? रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस. Means by increasing some opposing force slightly, the process can be reversed. इथं काय होते? हा जो काही आपण फोर्स म्हणतोय, म्हणजे वरून खाली प्रेशर अप्लाय केलेलं, त्याला आपण म्हणतोय ड्रायव्हिंग फोर्स, आणि खालून वरती जे काय आपण प्रेशर अप्लाय करणार आहे, त्याला आपण कसला फोर्स म्हणतोय? अपोजिंग फोर्स. And therefore a process in which the difference between driving force and opposing force is very small, by applying slightly opposing force the system, it can be reversed, called as a reversible process. And therefore there are some features of these reversible process. In that, the first one is always the system and surrounding, they are in the equilibrium. इन रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस, जेव्हा आपण रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस असं म्हणतो त्यावेळेस जो काही सिस्टीम आणि सराउंडिंग मध्ये जो काही इक्विलिब्रियम असतो, इट ऑलवेज रिमेन्स कॉन्स्टंट. मीन्स देयर इज अ इक्विलिब्रियम बिटवीन सिस्टम अँड सराउंडिंग इज एस्टॅब्लिश्ड. द सेकंड feature of this reversible process, it is called as a quasi-static process. Means the reversible process is also called as a quasi-static process. Reversible process ला आपण काय म्हणतो? Quasi-static process. The process, it is hypothetical. The process, it is or the reversible process, it is a hypothetical, it is a non-spontaneous. Here we have a new word, that is the reversible process is a hypothetical, means it is an ideal. Hypothetical, ideal and a non-spontaneous. What is mean by spontaneous and a non-spontaneous? Spontaneous means the reactions or the process occurring on its own. जे आपोआप प्रक्रिया होतात किंवा क्रिया घडतात त्याला आपण स्पॉन्टॅनियस प्रोसेस असं म्हणतो. आणि ज्या प्रोसेस आपोआप होत नाहीत त्या होण्यासाठी आपल्याला बाहेरून काहीतरी प्रेशर अप्लाय करावं लागतं. कारण सिस्टीमला जर रिव्हर्स व्हायचं असेल तर आपण काय करतोय, इफ वी इन्क्रीज स्लाइटली द अपोजिंग फोर्स, मीन्स दिस इज अ नॉन स्पॉन्टॅनियस प्रोसेस. And the main feature of this reversible process means in this process the maximum work is done. In this process a maximum work is done. And therefore dear student, here we have to study the 5 types of process. The first one is isothermal process, the second one is isobaric process, the third one is isochoric process, the fourth one is adiabatic process, and the last one is a reversible process with some features of that reversible process. So next we have to study what is the nature of work and heat. What is the nature of work and heat? As we study in the state and path function, work and heat both are the path functions. Both are the path functions. Then what is the nature of heat and work? ह्या दोघांचं नेचर कसं आहे? And for that here we have considered there are only two ways. There are only two ways of changing the energy of a closed system. Suppose if we consider a closed system, then the closed system changes its energy by using the two ways. There are only two ways of changing the energy of a closed system. The first one is by the transfer of energy, in the form of heat, means the energy can be transferred in the form of heat, and the second one, energy is transferred in the form of work. Means when we study a closed system, then the energy of that closed system, they are transferred in the form of heat or in the form of work. So firstly we have to study the transfer of energy in the form of heat first. Then for that how the energy can be transferred in the form of heat, and for that suppose here we have a container. Suppose here we have a container, and in that container if we put a solution of HNO3. As we know, the HNO3 is an acid, and in the container it is full filled with water. This container is full filled with water, and in that container we put a beaker of HNO3 solution. And in that beaker, if we put a thermometer for the measurement of the temperature. Here we have to put the thermometer, and the initial temperature of the system on this thermometer scale is up to here. म्हणजे सुरुवातीचं टेम्परेचर जेव्हा आपण काय ठेवलं, एक वॉटर बाथ घेतला, त्या वॉटर बाथ मध्ये आपण काय ठेवले, कुठलं बीकर ठेवलेले, HNO3 चं सोल्युशन ठेवलेले, आणि त्या वॉटर बाथचं आपण टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं. इट इज हियर. ते टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, इथपर्यंत असणार आहे. बट व्हेन वी ऍड सम KOH solution from the test tube, if we add same which solution, KOH solution, into that HNO3 solution, then what happened? KOH is a base and HNO3 is an acid, and therefore acid react with the added base, it gives the simple neutralization reaction. What happened here? Carefully you have to hear what happened here. If we added the KOH solution into the HNO3 solution, which is put in this water bath, and the temperature of which water bath is measured, त्याचं टेम्परेचर आपण काय केलेलं, सुरुवातीचं मोजून ठेवले. But when we add some KOH, then here a simple acid base reaction takes place, that is acid base neutralization reaction takes place. And what happened? In the neutralization reaction, the some heat is evolved. The neutralization reaction, in that neutralization reaction, the some heat is evolved, that is the exothermic process is carried out by the acid base reaction, and therefore what happened, the temperature of the water bath increases. What happened here? The temperature of the water bath increases by giving the heat from this system to this system. Means when the acid base neutralization reaction is carried out in this beaker, at that time the exothermic reaction will be happen, and exothermic reaction means the heat is given out. मग ह्याची हीट ट्रान्सफर केली कोणाला, या वॉटर बाथला, आणि ते कसं समजलं आपल्याला, दॅट इज बाय इन्क्रीजिंग द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द वॉटर बाथ, and therefore the energy is transformed in the form of heat, and therefore heat is one of the form of energy. Heat is one of the form of energy which flows from one system to another system due to temperature difference. व्यवस्थित ऐका, इथे आपण काय सांगतो, इथं heat is transferred from one system to another system due to a temperature difference. That means the one of the form of energy is heat, means heat is the form of energy in which flows from one system to another system due to the temperature difference, and therefore the heat is a random form of energy. Therefore the heat is called which form of energy? The heat is called the random form of energy. Heat is called the random form of energy, because the energy of a system, it is transferred in the form of heat or in the form of work. Firstly, we have to see the nature of heat. That is, the heat or the form of heat is the form of energy which flows from one system to another system due to the temperature difference, and therefore it is which form of energy? It is called as a random form of energy. That is, it is flows from, remember that, one system to another system. Heat is flows from one system to another system due to temperature difference. So there are some units of heat, because it is one of the form of energy. The units of energy, we know what are the units of energy. The SI unit of energy is joule, and the CGS unit of energy is ergs. And therefore the units of heat is joule, SI unit असेल आणि CGS असेल ते आहे joule per Newton meter. The SI unit of heat is joule per Newton meter, and the CGS unit is erg per Newton meter. CGS unit काय असेल? Erg per Newton meter. Here we have some conversion between the different units of energy. Here we have some convergence between different units of energies. The CGS unit is also a ergs per Newton meter. It is called as a calories. The CGS unit is a calorie and the SI unit is a joule per Newton meter square. Here we have some conversion factor between the different units of energy. That is 1 joule, which is equal to 10 raised to 7 ergs. As we know from our previous knowledge, the 1 joule, which is equal to 10 raised to 7 ergs. 1 calorie, which is equal to, all of you remember the conversion factor between the joule and erg. Calorie, 1 calorie means how many joule, which is equal to 4.184 joule. 1 calorie, which is equal to 4.184 joule, and 1 electron volt is also the unit of energy. 1 electron volt, which is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, which is equal to 1 electron volt, which is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So dear student, you have remembered this conversion factor of the energies. 1 joule, which is equal to 10 raised to 7 ergs. 1 calorie, which is equal to 4.184 joule, and 1 electron volt. 1 electron volt, which is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19. So if we compare this conversion factor, then which is the bigger unit of the energy? And therefore firstly 1 calorie, then next 1 joule, then 1 ergs, and then 1 electron volt. Therefore calorie is the biggest unit of heat, means the energy, and the electron volt is the smallest unit of energy, that means the heat, because the energy of the system, it can be changing by using the two ways, in the form of heat and next in the form of work. So here we have to see how the energy is can be transferred in the form of heat, and these are some conversion factors. 1 joule 10 raised to 7 ergs, 1 calorie 4.184 joule, 1 electron volt 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19, and therefore the calorie is the biggest unit of energy and electron volt is the smallest unit of energy, and therefore the order or the decreasing order is there: 1 calorie, then joule, then ergs, and then electron volt. Therefore, in second, energy is also transferred in the form of work. Energy is transferred in the form of work, or in the nature of work means here we have firstly seen the nature of heat. That is, heat is a random form of energy. It flows from one system to another system due to a temperature difference. The second form of energy is the work. So, work is one of the form of energy. Work is one of the form of energy by which a system can exchange energy with its surrounding. Work is one of the form of energy like the heat. Work is one of the form of energy by which a system can exchange the energy with its surrounding, and therefore the work is referred to organized. Work is referred to organized form of an energy. The work is referred to organized form of an energy, and heat is a random form of energy. Heat काय आहे? It is an random form of energy. That means it is flows from one system to another system. But the work is a organized form of energy. Means a system can exchange the energy with its surrounding, and therefore there are various types of work. The first one is a mechanical work. There are various types of work is done. The first is a mechanical work, second one is a non-mechanical work, the third one is a electrical work done, and the fourth one is a gravitational work done. There are 4 types of work. First one is a mechanical work done, second one is a non-mechanical work done, third one is a electrical work done, and the fourth one is a gravitational work done. So, dear student, in this topic we have to study only the non-mechanical work done. म्हणजे आपण या टॉपिक मध्ये कसलं वर्क बघतोय? नॉन मेकॅनिकल वर्क डन. So let us here we have to discuss some units of work. As we know, the work, the SI unit of work same as the energy, joule per Newton meter, and the CGS unit which is equal to ergs per Newton meter. And therefore we know 1 joule which is equal to, we know some conversion factor, the 1 joule which is equal to 10 raised to 7 ergs, 1 calorie which is equal to 4.184 joule, then 1 electron volt which is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, and here we have also 2 units, that is the 1 liter atmosphere. 1 liter atmosphere which is equal to 101.3 joule. 1 liter atmosphere which is equal to 101.3 joule, and the 1 liter atmosphere which is equal to 24.22 calorie. These are the some conversion factors of the unit of the work. And so therefore here we have to study the nature of heat and work. Both are the form of energy, but the heat is a random form of energy and work is which form of energy? It is an organized form of energy, because the work is done, or the work is one of the form of energy by which the energy of a system, it can be exchanged with its surrounding. So here in this topic we have to study the non-mechanical work. So we have to discuss the last point of this module is the sign convention. Sign convention of the work and heat. Here we have to study the sign convention of work and heat. So for that, consider this is our system. This is our system, and all other part except the system is the surrounding, and this is the surrounding. Then what are the sign convention? Here for a work W and for a heat means the Q. Here we have to study the sign convention of a work and a heat. So if work is done on the system, here if work is done on the system, if work is done on the system, then the work having positive value. Here the work having a positive value if work is done on the system by the surrounding. Remember that if work is done on the system, then the work done is positive and work is done by the system. म्हणजे सिस्टीम वरती वर्क झालं सराउंडिंग कडून तर वर्क डन ची व्हॅल्यू काय असते पॉझिटिव्ह आणि सिस्टीम कडून सराउंडिंग कडे म्हणजे बाय द सिस्टीम जर वर्क झालं तर वर्क डन ची जी काही व्हॅल्यू आहे ती काय असणार आहे निगेटिव्ह. सेम ॲज दॅट ऑफ द वर्क इफ हीट इज ॲब्सॉर्ब्ड आरो बघायचे इफ heat is absorbed by the system from the surrounding, then the value of heat is positive. And if heat is released by the system, if heat is released by the system, then the value of Q is minus Q. Here remember that the sign conventions are the very important. First, suppose if we consider this is a system and all this part is a surrounding, then this is our system, and if work is done on the system, the value of work is positive. If work is done by the system, the value of work is negative. If heat is absorbed by the system, then the value of Q is positive. And if heat is released by the system, then the value of Q is negative. So dear students, in this module 3rd, we have discussed the types of processes. In that, isothermal process, adiabatic process, isochoric process, isobaric process and a reversible process. Then in the nature of heat and work, we have to see that there are the two form of energy, in the form of heat and in the form of work. And here we have to see sign convention of work and heat as follows. So in the next module we have to study the work done during the isothermal reversible process and isothermal irreversible process. Till then, thank you.